Hey everyone, it's Madison from Seattle Coffee Gear, and today I'm here with a crew review of the Eureka Mignon Crono. This is part of the Eureka Mignon line of grinders that's focused on slow brew methods, so it'll be really great for drip coffee, press, pour overs, AeroPress as well. But it's just right away, it's a really well built, really sturdy grinder, and yeah, it's been a pleasure to use. So it has very large 50 millimeter flat burrs, so it's going to grind really fast, also going to grind very consistent ground particle size as well. Now, what makes this grinder designed for slow brew methods is going to be the chute and anti-static system are designed for faster flowing coarse ground particle size. So it's going to excel for those slow brew methods. Another really great thing about the burr set is that it's bottom burr adjusting. So that means that you can take off the top burr for cleaning. Also, if you ever run into a jam, you can take off that top burr and you're not going to lose your grind setting, which I think is really nice. So just another ease of use thing there. But it's got nice dark smoke grinds collection and hopper here, and a nice little gate valve as well that you can use to, say you ever have to remove the hopper and you want to save the beans inside. You can just close it up and take it off, and then open for grinding. Now this grinder also, it's called the Crono, and that is because it has a built-in timer here. And I can turn that around too so you can get a look. So you can set this grinder, you can engage it, and it will grind until this timer runs out. So that is a really cool thing about the Crono. Now, some things I really like about the grinder is definitely like the build quality. It's it's made of metal, it's really heavy, it feels like a premium tool that you would use to grind your coffee. So that is definitely a nice thing. Also, the consistency of the ground coffee that comes out of the grinder is really nice too. It feels like you're using like a premium, almost like commercial grade grinder. It's definitely a beast. Some things that I'm not too crazy about, or some things about the grinder that you're going to want to keep in mind are that when you engage it, when you start the grinder here with this button, it's going to grind until that timer runs out. You can't just click and click again to stop. So I would recommend making sure your timer is set where you need it to be, especially if you're single dosing. I would maybe just keep it towards the minimum because it does grind through coffee pretty quickly. So just keep that in mind. It's not going to stop with this button. You can interrupt the timer by hitting the power switch here. So say you want to stop your grind early, you can interrupt it with that power switch. Another thing to keep in mind too is that the grounds collector doesn't really lock in place in any way. So that's just something to keep in mind. It does kind of move around a little bit. It's not the end of the world, but it's something to note. And I went ahead and grinded some selection here of the different ranges that I got out of the grinder. You can see this is a really good French press. Might even be able to get away with some cold brew here. Getting closer, a little bit finer. So really consistent particle size here. I'd be happy to use this with like your Chemex or drip. I'm getting a little bit finer here. This looks better for a fine drip or maybe a single cup of Hario, of a Hario V60 pour over, good grind size here. And then this is kind of the fine end, which is, it's fine. It's definitely fine. I wouldn't use this grinder for espresso. Definitely not non-pressurized basket, but you may be able to get away with a pressurized basket here. Like I said, the grinder is definitely designed for slow brew methods, so I'd keep it for that. And yeah, I would love to show you how the grinder sounds. So let's check it out. I mean, the noise level is not too bad. And probably what you would expect out of any good high quality grinder. Well, that is it. That is all I have for the Eureka Mignon Crono. I really appreciate you watching, and if you liked the video, please like it, subscribe, and say hello down in the comments. And thanks again for watching.